Good morning, good evening, good night. It's your boy Evolutionary Knight. Another one, right? Right back at it. Gonna give you a video. We're gonna go over the status, the current, my current placing and summit, my account status, where we're at, and all that wonderful stuff, right? So let's jump right into PvP. Currently ranked 3. Since I got Leo, I've been able to really do some work. I'll start my PvP videos again. I miss doing them. I thought they were really fun to do, I'm in here putting them up the bed, so I want to get back on it. This is what the team is looking at right now. We're running double healers, Bailey in the back. I went for the 40% damage. I may switch it up to the stuns. It depends. We'll see how the fights go. Went very well. So I got back in the top 3. I've been finishing in the top 5. Had to swap that back up. Currently, right now, Summit Arena. The qualifier I just did, I came in first. I came in first on the first one as well. The shop, I currently have 700 of the summit points, consumables. I'm going to save them. I'm not sure what direction I want to move in. I do have the opportunity to get another res. I may move in that direction because I can always use a res. From there, maybe get the exclusives. Get those exclusives. The exclusives here. They're hard to come by without paying cash. So definitely want to get some more exclusives. So I'm gonna sit and think. Not 100% sure yet. My Bailey's max, so I'm not too concerned with the Bailey. If I do go this route here and get 3 and get the res, I'm going to shoot here and get the 2 as well. And then I have the ball to that'll bring him up 2 levels, and I think that may immortalize him. I'm not 100% sure. So that's the direction I think I'm going to go with that there. Let's take a look at the characters. My heroes currently right now, of course, number 1 above all, Bailey. To me, he is the best in the game. We'll go ahead and feed him there. He is the best in the game, right? We got a max exclusive. I pushed him as hard as I could to get the most progression out of the game. That's in PvE, PvP, you name it, on the bosses, you name it, Bailey's doing it, except for Marsh. He is utterly terrible in Marsh because he jumps in the back and gets those stacks, right? So Serena, I have her currently in a healing set. Her HP is 1.6, as you can see there. Let's go back real quick. We'll look at Bailey. Bailey's at 80% attack, 4850. Decent. I would like to get it higher, but that's going to come with time. I do put my best gear on him, so when I do re-gear my characters, I look at putting it on him that way. I do have damage reduction on his boots right now. HP, all HP set. I want to keep him alive and keep him up. He's at 27. We're almost there. We'll get the 3. We'll gain 3% damage reduction for each additional enemy on the battlefield, which will even be lovelier because sometimes you'll get up to 5 to 8. And that additional damage reduction will be beautiful to help him tank. I have Randall. Randall's sitting at 52k, 5464 with his exclusive at 13. I'm not too fond of Randall. Of course, he's basically a poor man's Bailey, but the damage he puts out for my team, things like that, he's just not impressive anywhere for me. Maybe even in PvP, but if I have to, I'll push him. I'll use him just to apply stuns, bounce around, and his stuns, I guess, help out a little bit. But overall, damage-wise, just not impressed with Randall. I really think he needs a buff because it's niche and circumstances where he's actually really shines at. Tony the Tagger, aka Taylor, best in the game, man, best in the business. This dude gets it done. I love him. For your non-triple S teams, he is the way to go. You can use him just about anywhere. He does extreme amount of damage for non-triple S. I really like him. I benefit well when I use him. I got him at 62, 66 when we talk about crit to crit damage, and he's at 47k attack and 20 on the exclusive. All right. We talk about a beast. We talk about the best of the best, top notch. She's going to help you in story. She's going to help you in any of the caves. She gets it done. Really gets busy. I can't speak much on her. It's just the way it is. She's in a gluttony set. 67k attack. We want to get that up to 80, 90. Keep punching and getting it higher. 25 exclusive. Really helps me get through stuff. Really helps me get things done. Hercules, I do not use a lot. I just don't use them a lot. I use them maybe in different PvP teams. PvE is for the altar when we have the multiple teams. He's just nowhere in my meta. 2 million health. He's just nowhere in my meta. I just don't use him that much. He is a decent tank, but I just don't use him that much. Nagarama, I'm working on him now. He's almost maxed. You can see Immortal. One more, he's maxed. Pulling them from the Rise of the Heroes. I got a lot of copies from Rise of the Heroes, and I got lucky. I got him on the lower recruitment tickets. I got a couple of them through that. All right, so again, I don't have him maxed out in exclusive. I can't speak much on him. He's not in my meta. But what I do like about him is I think that he'll be good in Desicave. He takes his alt does multiple hits when he's charging, so he's good in that aspect. But as far as overall, I don't have a lot of use for him. Mid game, he's pretty good. He's pretty decent. Now this is my guy, Boar. You know, again, you can see I have him almost fully immortalized. This is my guy. I really liked him in story campaign. I used Artis as a tank up into the 20s, and from the 20s to the 30 whatever, when I got crate, it was Boar. So if I need another tank, it was always Boar. Boar was my partner in crime, so to speak. Now that I have Leo can do everything he can do, but 100 times better. So that's just the way it is, you know. So this is my board, the equipment, all HP, 2.2 health, 14 exclusive. I used them for a while. Couldn't use them anymore. I like Sinway. I really do. Sinway damage ramps up as fights go longer. I almost have a maxed Immortal. The problem is I don't have exclusive up there, so I can't really say how, you know, oh, he's overwhelming, he's this and that. But Sinway does do a significant amount of damage, and he's good to balance out teams. I like him. You can use him. I use him in a. I was able to use him in a non triple S Terra team, Terra Dome, where I can jump him into the circle, his doppelganger. So definitely like him. I think he's decent. I think he's good to help with progression, and he's free with the Rise of the Heroes right now. I would definitely jump on him and use him. Karmal, I have no use for Karmal whatsoever. I think he's terrible. Doesn't do enough damage. Hasn't been significant for me and my meta teams at all. I'm not going to say he is bad. I'm not going to say this and that. I don't use him to know. But in my meta teams, he just doesn't have a place there. You can see it's just not for me. Moving on. Ravenna is a beast. Helped me through a lot of the story when I needed AoE and stuff, but she's very niche. Like, you gotta pay attention, and in most places it's better to manual her because the way her frenzy is, her alt, right? When she's shooting the metallic frenzy, and she's landing, sometimes she'll just shoot one person depending on where she's at in position, which can be very annoying, right? Because so if you want her in the back line with Maserati to get Maserati's buff, and ad gets by the tanks, then she's in the back line shooting all her AoE on the tank, and you know, it's just a waste. So you really got to pay attention, and she's very situational. If anything bunches together, she's going to shine. I think her best place in the game, one of her best places, is Turbine, right? And the Turbine ball, with Spider Boss, with all the ads, perfect for her. She really shines there. And Marsh, she really shines in Marsh. You can manual her. She can one shot all the ads, or all the ads. So I manual her, take the alt off of her. She gets busy out there. I really enjoy playing with her. Right, she's, like I said, niche for me. Different areas that she really shines in. I'm sorry, let's go back. She has 56k attack, 74 crit, 45 crit damage. I need to balance that out. Just haven't got to with the gear yet. I love Hattie. I try to add Hattie in everything that I can. I really like the character. The buff is amazing. The defensive buff and the attack buff. She synergizes very well with Bailey and Crate. Because of that synergy, because she's given attack and defense. the attack for Bailey, the defense for Crate. Crate's getting bonus from it, and he's getting damage mitigated, and he's doing plus damage from it. So it's very nice. And now you add Leo in there, and with Hattie in the mix, and they're causing havoc. They're causing a lot of havoc. So I didn't add crit or crit damage. I was told that I should, so I may flip to that. But currently 51 attack does pretty good, and we're at 20 exclusive with Hattie. So Call, I like Call. I really do. It doesn't even have on boost. That's not good. See here, we'll throw attack on. I like Call. I like what he brings to the table. I need to get his exclusive up higher, obviously, but his everything, he does a significant amount of damage. He's reliable. You can add him in the marsh, different places like that. If it's a boss and the boss is standing still, he'll do a ton of damage for you. Decent character, non-triple S. He's decent. I think he does enough damage to be significant. All right, and then Kane. Kane's another one. Marsh shines very well in the marsh. If you get him strong enough and you got all his talents out, my exclusive is decent. Needs to get higher. Equipment is decent. Not anything perfect, but his AOE damage. He has an AOE. He throws an AOE bomb. It's which fires a special round. There's enemy in front of him. Damage equal. And he does an amount of explosion and deals damage. The bomb bounces. This is the one here where the bomb bounces. So when the ads come up in the marsh, he'll throw this and it'll bounce through the ads. And then also with his ult, it normally really, really helps out to get the ads down. So you can get through marsh with a non-triple S. He can be your AoE bomber that kills ads for you. Granted with the RNG. All right, definitely meta. You know, one of the best in the game. You see 278k. Attack, attack power, and he's in all of my main groups. He's on the front line. The more copies I get it to him, the stronger he'll just be. Looking like the cockatiel from Rios. He has a weird look to him, man. He got the dad bod, cockatiel. He got the prison bod, So right now I'm running the healing set on him. HP. You want all the HP you can get. It's at 1.8. Ideally 2.5, 3 million. That's the end game you want. We're working on that. 18 on his what's the name? So working on him, we'll get him there. Soretta, I really like Soretta. I really like her as a character. She has an AoE, spins around her. Her ult is devastating. Very good in Dessa Caves for a non-triple S. Does a significant amount of damage. Has to be heavily invested in though. I don't have the exclusive going, which is also a problem. My crit rate is high. My crit damage is trash. 33 crit attack. Just not my meta, so I don't really use her a lot. Osa, we all used her early, right? Because you get a lot of copies. She's like one of the first characters you get, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. Just threw a bunch of stuff on that I had, man. So really not anything to write home about. I don't really use her that much. If I did, maybe I would try to bring her in my meta team where the stun is, with all the stunning, and maybe her ult and the stuns would benefit from it. But Crate can do everything she can as a Vanguard, so she's almost insignificant to me overall. 1.1 on the heals. He's also on the healing set. HP. Exclusive is very low. Where do I use them? PvP. Of course, every healer. We only have a few healers, so every healer in the game is critical, right? It's going to be important. PvP. When you have the 3 teams, I use them. Elite, story mode, 3 teams. Definitely a good healer for that. So it's just I don't have the exclusive as high as it needs to be, but if I need to push through something, she gets it done. So very good character. I'm still up in the air about Hypnos, however you say it, but Hypnos, H could be silent. I'm up in the air about him. I'm not sure about him. I have whatever gear on and just do some stuff on there. Exclusive is pretty low. In PvP, he's good. I just don't have him high enough. I think when I max out, when I get all my characters maxed out and I really start investing, I think I may play around with him a little bit. He can be good. Like Bailey jumps to the back, he can lock down Bailey, he can lock down Leo in a stun and get them killed. I used them a couple times in PvP, but I think his kit is very unique as far as locking down characters. I think he can lock down characters, and I've seen him do it, but I need him to be maxed out so I can really test his potential with his exclusive and everything else. So I like him. I think that maybe in in-game PvP he will be viable, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. Langell, I wouldn't invest into him unless I had to. Never seen anything significant out of him. I had him very, very, very early game as a main tank, but just nothing to write home about. Didn't see anything good in him at all. Second best character in the game, to me, right now. Second best character on my team. Leo is unreal. Leo is unreal. His ability, only got excuses to 16. I'm trying to get that 20. He's my focus now. We'll get him maxed. But what he brings to the table with his immunity, ability to tank, the amount of damage he can put out, the spin damage is just unreal. So if you had to invest in the triple S that you can actually get your hands on without paying like Bailey, I will go Leo. Leo and Crit are 1 and 2. And it can go either way for me, given on the situation. Everything Crit can do, Leo can just about do. Damage wise, Leo's going to out damage him. He's going to be more significant in PvP. Some of the story modes, Crit will be better in. It's hard to say that because Crit can do damage, right? Crit can do damage. He can tank very well, but Leo can too. And because I don't have my Leo as high as my Crit, I have to hold off and just basically talk about where my account is and what my account can do. And what my account can do, sometimes I can just move Leo into Crit's position and keep on pushing like nothing happened. And Leo does that. Leo just will do more damage because of his spin attack. So when I get him to 20, exclusive 20, and we get the mountain, and we're constantly getting energy recovery, then we'll talk about it. You know, I'll do a more in depth on those two and let you know who my better is. But right now I have him in light gap, HP, well, HP attack. I only want 1 HP because of the prison omelet. I want him to do more damage, and the prison omelet is going to help him get right back up anyway. His ult does not crit, so I didn't worry about crit rate or crit damage, and he's currently at 32% attack. So I can put better gear on him over time. I like the light gap, so he's ulting immediately and getting right into his ult, so he's healing himself and doing damage immediately into the fight. But one of the best, if not the best in the game. I've seen a lot about Xandar. I don't use Xandar. He's not my meta. I did gear him, so use him in PvP or in Altar when need be, but he's just not on my radar. I did see a couple things that said he can actually carry your account, so we'll see. He's at Immortal for me. Like I said, when I get a higher, as the game goes on in a few more months, I think I'll be able to feed these guys more and see how good they are. But at this point, I can't. I know Oak is considered to be one of the best tanks in the game. I've never got to use him because I didn't get a lot of his, what's the names early. I didn't get a lot of his, I didn't get a lot of dupes of him early. So I did finally get him to Immortal, and that's just over time with the Wish. Earn, he's not on my radar. I don't have him in any of my teams. I throw him in as need be, you know, if need help anywhere. So I can't really comment on Earn and his viability in the game. Momar's only legendary is the same thing. Rakana, you know, we're at the point in it where I can't really, you know, tell you if those guys are good, bad, or indifferent. When I leveled them, I definitely will do a video and have a discussion about them and see if they're valuable in the team. The video is running a little late. I wanted to go through again the current my characters in my account where I stand. Those are the characters that I actually use. Right now I'm on 45-21. We'll do a quick run. See how I set up. We're gonna put Bailey in the back to get the buff from it. See Leo already ult, and now he's gonna spin in and do work. We need the team to bunch, so hopefully he'll spin down like just like that. Team moves down, defense down everywhere. All right, and we got Bailey eating. But if you look at the numbers, right? Look at his numbers. You know, he's doing work. Just 1 mil damage, spin, killing, or not killing, but just doing damage to everybody in that back line. Insane. We missed, so it's not necessarily perfect placement, so to speak, but we do have where we have a team bunched up, and he will be able to put damage into that team, which is good because you got AoE, of course, Bailey AoE in, and normally you'd have Leo AoE in back there as well, but and that you want bunched up as much as possible so you can issue with ass kicking and put them down, right? We'll do one more fight. Just want you guys to see. So in this instance, we're going to put Emma in. I substitute Emma in when we have heavier tanks. Emma does very well on tanks and help bringing them down. It's nice to have all this AoE, but at the end of the fight, when you have a few seconds left, or if you're down to 30 seconds and it's only a tank standing, you got to have the damage to get that tank down. One thing here, you see Leo has a ton of the aggro. Once he spins through, the aggro's gone, and it goes to crit. Crit takes the aggro. So they work hand in hand very well. If you notice, the tank is in the bottom. Like I said, we're AoEing the other team down with no issue at all. But the problem is the tanks are left over, and that's why I bring Emma in to make sure we can get these tanks down. She does 1/4 of damage to their health every ult, so it's pretty big, right? Boom, boom, boom. All that damage. Look at that, just melting. All right. The main issue in that fight there was we didn't get the defense down, but in this final fight, 35, we'll have about 30 seconds left to fight the other guy. We'll have defense down now. Now, if I'm just AoEing, I'm not going to get this guy down. But now we have Emma who's going to help melt him. Boom, 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 just like that. And we'll be able to get him down. And that's, again, it's a strategy of where you play the game, you figure out what works for you, not what works for any content creator or anyone else, right? You take the information that you see, use it, imply it on your account, see if it works for you. Don't just take everyone's word as law, you know. Build the characters. You got to synergize the characters. You have to make them work. All right, real quick before I go, I just want to show you guys my team synergy. So most of the characters are so I got 3 characters that benefit from Guerriere, right? I keep this one. It may not be my strongest as far as the substats, you know, the back, front, and energy, but Bailey gets an ult on there, so that's big for me. So that's why I use that one. As far as Guerriere, also Guerriere gives you a shield, right? So I got 3 characters that are benefiting from that shield, and then we go into Pain Rune. An ally loses their shield, it causes AoE damage plus 50% as well as a 2-second stun. So now we have shields from Guerriere going around. We got shield from Masrani, and now all 3 of these guys are stunning consistently through the fight. All right, then we run Prison Omelet. I mean, it's self-explanatory. The Omelet is a beast. Had to get it. Prison Omelet, okay? When I go AoE damage, when I go AoE heals, Masrani, I'm using Flashpoint, right? Masrani is spitting out a lot of heals, right? So because he's spitting out a lot of heals, he's going to be tons of overhealing. Because tons of overhealing, I got to have Flashpoint, right? Because it's giving more shields and it's giving more mitigation for me, right? If I'm running Sarani, I like the Coronet for Sarani. Sereni's not going to, Serena, excuse me, is not going to give you the pretty numbers where everybody's maxed out throughout the fight. You know, people are going to be at half health, even sometimes a quarter. But Masrani, when she ults, she's going to get everybody up, you know, to a quarter or 3/4 where they need to be to keep the fight going. So she's not the over healer. She's not putting out the AoE heals like Masrani, but she keeps the team alive. And I think because of that, she needs more burst healing. And this is going to provide you with 25 throughout the fight and an extra, 30 throughout the fight with an extra 50 if your team goes below the percentage. So that's why I use Coronet and Serena, and I like Pain Rune on Masrani. Oh, Flashpoint on Masrani. Now that's it, man. I kept you guys here for a while. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this is my meta. This is the team I use to get things done. I showed you the PvP team. You see where I'm at on the summit. We went over where I'm at in the story mode. The account is going along very well. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. It's very exciting. They're talking about new characters. I seen a video from Dan Hellman today with a character that could potentially be released called Nightmare. It's pretty interesting. I love the content creators. I watch them. I try to get as much info from them as possible because the more we learn, the better. I'm not the best in this, and I don't think no one's perfect, but as we progress in this game and we share this knowledge with each other, we all get better in the process. I appreciate you all. Anyone who's going through it or having a rough time right now, I know it's the holidays. It's rough always during the season. Much love, man. We love you. We respect you. We appreciate you. Everybody's important, all right? Hit the like and subscribe, man. Come spend some time with me. Show me some love. Support me a little bit. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what's going on in your life. It's close to Christmas, so, I'm going to say it early. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody's doing fine. Peace.